What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the third day of September, and here we are at about $112.1 thousand, almost $112.2 thousand. 8 hours and 40 minutes left in the day, essentially. We're up about 0.8% on the day after yesterday's nice little 1.8% pump. We could move up higher today, but again, we are right at prior areas of resistance here and prior areas of resistance here. Sorry, support, resistance there, resistance here. Could be finding resistance here. If we're looking at this from an overall high to a low, we are just above the 236, and typically, not always, but typically, you would expect to go up to the 382 and maybe even just above there. So something right around 114K might be our ultimate destination before moving lower. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm still not convinced that this is the low. It's very possible that it is. We do have some longs piled on over the past 24 hours, but not a tremendous amount, right? I mean, it's not like 3.5 billion like it was last week at those various low points. 2.5 billion. People are a little bit less sure of themselves. We look at the 7-day time frame. There's definitely more longs than shorts now on the 7-day time frame, and that's okay. I think we can still move up even with that. There are a lot of shorts to clear out right there still. And then on the 30-day time frame, the shorts outweigh the longs by a lot. By a lot, you guys. They outweigh them more than 2 to 1 still. So, and we got a lot of shorts to move through. It's very possible that we have found the low. I'm open to it. I'm not convinced yet that it is the low, right? And again, with this volatile, deceitful price action that we've experienced, and with the FOMC meeting coming up on the 16th to 17th, I remain hesitant to call this a low until we have more confirmation in the charts, right? And that's okay. From a high to a low, my expectation would be that, oh, no, that's not the high. If we were to validate this as a low, I think we need to get above this high. Effectively, we need to get above about $117.7 thousand on a daily closing basis. If we can do that, then we found our low. Until then, I think we're in limbo still. I would say that getting above 114K would and closing days above there, multiple days above there, would start to make me think a little bit more bullishly that this is the low. But we'd have absolute confirmation once we get above that golden ratio, once we get above this high here. Until then, I remain skeptical, right? Maybe cautiously bullish here. At the moment, we're cautiously bearish, right? Not too quick to call anything yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did have lower to go. The area that I expect us to go to if we are to go lower from a low to a high here would be about $105,000. It's very common. It's absurdly common to go from your 14141272 area all the way up to your 786886 area, which is at 113.3K to 114.5K. It's absurdly common to go up to this area or even to your 100 area. You don't have to go up that high. Find resistance here and then continue to work your way down. Very, very common behavior there. So I'm not swayed by this at the moment. But let's look at the short-term stuff, or maybe look at these indicators first, and then we'll go over the short-term stuff. If we're looking back here on the RSI, here you found support immediately. Here you found support immediately, moved up. Here you kind of did something different, didn't you? You didn't get that intense reaction that you got these two times while you were finding support at the same area. Different reaction here, different results, right? Here we found support immediately, rather immediately on both of these immediately, and then here we're doing something different all in this same area of support. Might we get some different results? That's the RSI is tripping me up a little bit. It's hard to be overall, it's bullish. To be completely fair, it is overall bullish, but right here, it's just hard for me to be bullish at the moment. We start getting above the 50, we start getting above the 60, not finding resistance at these key areas that we've been finding resistance at in the past, then maybe. The stochastics are starting to shape up, but we're still at an area that we found resistance as well. The MACD is bearish overall, but it's about to cross green, so there's a possibility there, but you have to cross green. Getting the closer you get, and then if you come back and diverge away from these oscillators diverge from themselves. If we're starting to build bearish momentum after getting close like this, that's actually a sign of bearish strength. It's like this right here, right? You got up there, you even crossed a little bit, but then came down. That's a sign of bearish strength, and you went lower. Just a thought there. So overall, it's still bearish, but there's hope. There's definitely hope here, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If you're expecting us, like I am, if you're expecting us to go lower, don't hold your breath over it. It doesn't need to happen. We could absolutely, this could be the low. But again, just thinking about it, looking at the daily time frame, when we found support here, we moved up. That was the low, right? Even these lows, they were, whenever we moved up, they were pretty immediate. This is pretty immediate here. That was pretty immediate there. We look back in time, right? That was, even in this overall area where we were meandering, all the lows, they were pretty immediate lows. They weren't this little grinded out area, but sometimes that happens. We've had that before, right? But here we had a flash crash technically before we really started to move up. I don't know. It's not it's not that this can't be the low. It's just to me I'm not completely convinced yet. We'd have to probably get above again above was it 117k? 100 if we close multiple days above 114k, I might start to get a little convinced, but 117.7k is really what would do it for me. All right, so moving on, looking at the 1 hour time frame here. Hi Mufasa. I got my boy Mufasa here with me. I'll try and show him off. Let's see. He's camera shy. Every time I point him out, there he is. Yeah, he's a good boy. Oh yeah, he's a happy cat. Yeah, he's a killer, man. Whew, man. I got a graveyard of mice out there. He is a he is a killer. They both are, but he's definitely there's something wrong with him in a good way. uh, looking at this on the 1 hour time frame here. We are building volume, which is nice to see. We got 33 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. Even though it's red right now, 33 minutes left. We could eat that back up and move to the upside. You are building volume. It's not as much volume as this candle, but that's okay. You are building volume, and you do look a little bit more bullish. I was expecting that you would at least come down here if you were to move up or go lower. I definitely didn't expect that we continue moving up here at this point in time. So looking good so far. The volume's nice, but can you persist is the question. And you are at an area where you found support before and where you found resistance, back in the day there, not too long ago. Looking at this on the 1 hour RSI, you're just having a hard time getting overbought. It's like you want to be bullish, but you're just not doing it. Or maybe it's like you look like you should be bullish, but you don't want to be. I don't know. I don't know how to phrase that properly. The stochastics, same thing. They look like they want to be bullish, but why aren't you living up there, man? Why aren't you doing your thing? MACD looks good. The MACD does look good. So one that's like bullish but refusing to be so. One that is bullish but kind of weird, and then this one's bullish. So I mean, they all look good for right now. In the shorter term stuff, I could see us moving up higher. Again, there are some liquidations to be had even at 114, 115k. It's that 117.7k area that we're really watching for. But you clear out a lot of shorts. 1.5 billion at $114,000. BTC on the 4 hour here. It's getting overbought. We do have 32 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. That's a big wick, but I'll tell you what, man, if we can get overbought like this, that's a nice look. Getting overbought typically promotes more growth. You don't typically reject it, though lately you haven't been long lived in this area. Stochastics look good. They do look good, honestly. I like the 4 hour stochastics, and the MACD is starting to shape up, man. Getting above the zero there. That's nice. We do have a little bit of bearish divergence forming on the MACD, but that's okay. 4 hour time frame isn't as important. There's good things going on here, but it really does depend. I think by the end of the day, we'll know a little bit more what the heading is, right? At this point in time, I wouldn't be surprised if we went above 114K. But I wouldn't necessarily expect that, right? There's a very strong chance that we could turn around from here. I'm not calling for that. I think at this point in time, it might be appropriate to accept that we do just go a little bit higher, 113.6K or higher. But do we get above 115K? Do we stay above 114K? Is it a short-lived experience? That's the questions that I think we'll be able to answer by the end of the day. So for now, let's just call for more upside. I think that we will hit the 382. It's more common in this kind of scenario whenever you're this far above the 236 to continue up to that 382. I bet that you do get just above this high. People will get excited, and then from there, then we go lower, right? It's like here you got above this high, here you got above this high, and then once you did that, then we went lower. So that's that's kind of the name of the game there. Or like here, once you got below this low, as soon as you got below that low, boom, that's whenever you moved up. People get discouraged, then we move up. So we're going to probably mess with some people's emotions. That's my thoughts. Move up to about $114,000, and I'll make another video later today, whenever the day is over, because I would expect that we are up higher by the end of the day. All right, let's wrap this up, guys. Okay, so on a weekly time frame here, on the weekly time frame, we do look like we're bouncing off the 50. That's nice. That's actually a really good look. If we could close this week green, I would be very confident. Not that this is the low, but that if we were to find the low, it's very, very soon. Next week would probably be the low week. And we could close this week green, wick below that low, and then come up and close that week green as well. Bouncing off the 50 is a very strong sign on the RSI, typically. And actually, this cycle, it looks like it's more the 40 area that we like to bounce off of. In that case, it might make more sense to go lower. And we have a weaker reaction in the overbought, so maybe we do go lower. I don't know. The week is still young, 4 days, 9 hours left. If we don't bounce off the 50, that's okay. If we bounce lower, that's okay. We actually have continued to find support at that 40 level on the RSI all cycle. That's actually marked all the major significant lows. So, but this one could be here. You know, sometimes whenever you catch on to things once, twice, 3 times, that's fine. But on the fourth iteration, it's different. You do have lower lows in the RSI with higher lows in the price. That is hidden bullish divergence. The MACD is great. The stochastics are looking like they want to bounce here as well. That's also great, but typically you do go from overbought to oversold. I wouldn't be surprised if we have lower to go still. I'm not convinced that this is the low, but perhaps for now we move up a couple $1,000 and then we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. All in all, I think Bitcoin's still in a bull market. We're still moving up to prices that are around 180K probably by the end of October, certainly by the end of this year. Some people are saying we'll be at 200K or more by the end of the year. I could see it happening. If not, definitely early 2026. But $500,000 is the ultimate cycle ending target that I have for Bitcoin. It's been the same target since the end of 2022, the beginning of 2023, and it will remain that target until I see indications that we are done with the cycle ahead of time, or if we break through 500K and we go to higher prices. Anyways, I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.